what's the tune of it?
It's written out of, not written out of stars.
Living in the skies.
Not living.
Written in the stars, you, me, forever, yeah. You, me, written in the stars.
Hey y'all,
What's up, y'all? I'm Jay.
Shani.
And we are Loving Out of Bounds. And my wife is feeling some type of way because she said I was not this hype for her little treadmill video.
She said about a little treadmill video. Why gotta be little though?
Because it was short,
Yeah.
which is okay.
How the song go? The intro song go? How the
How it
intro
go?
song go, baby? How it go?
How it go?
What's the tune of it?
It's written out of, not written out of stars.
Living in the skies.
Not living.
It sounds like living.
Y'all, she stayed talking about some living in the stars.
Living in the stars.
It's written.
You, me, together.
It
yeah,
is written.
It could be living too.
For her, it is living, and I'm gonna let her live, but it is definitely written in the stars.
It sounds like living.
The girl says written. Well, the name of the song says written.
It is.
Yes.
Oh.
That's. You thought I was just saying.
I thought you was just like, no, babe, it's written. Like.
Oh, and because she know I don't really know a lot of lyrics, she basically, because I never know what people are saying in songs. I am not the one that is able to spit the lyrics like that.
I thought she was just making it up.
That's why that's why I had it implanted, because I have told her like 20 times.
Oh, it's written.
And now it's written.
And now it's written.
And it is so. Alright, y'all. So we have decided to get on here and actually play this game called the brackets and.
I was trying to figure out how you can read that, like the and.
I mean, it is the and, but it's like, maybe it's.
Where you get this game from?
I got it from Skin Deep. Yeah,
What
I
is-
got it from the Skin Deep. But so I first saw this on. I don't remember their names. I first saw it on Instagram, and
You don't know who's doing it?
yeah, I don't know, but it was a couple on Instagram. Maybe I could drop their. I can't be dropping other folks' Instagram handle, can I? No, I can't remember. But I saw it on Instagram. I saw them playing it on their balcony, and I was like, oh, this may be a cool game. And then I ended up buying culture tags instead of this one.
She said this might be a cool game, except I'm not gonna buy it.
Because I just did not completely understand it. The name for me was not a seller. I was like, the bracket and couples edition. I have no idea what that is, so I'm going to pass on that. But I'm going to tell you, Brittany and Dory came through, because that is what made me say, oh.
Oh, because you saw them playing it.
Yes.
So how do you pronounce this game? Is it like when you're looking for this game, would you be like, hey, where'd you get that game, the bracket and? Or
I
do
really
you
don't
say
think it's the bracket and. I really think it's the and.
the and.
I don't know, y'all. This is the box. I don't see it. But we are going to play this game today. We saw Brittany and Dory. Not even going to say we.
Yeah, because I didn't see that.
Yeah, you were working. I was upstairs watching YouTube videos when I should have been working. But we're going to play this game. It says you are now entering a space from which to explore your relationship, and we're happy to have you here. The rules of this experience are simple. This is 1, we must sit facing one another with a comfortable distance between us two. How comfortable? This comfortable. Okay. Choose an equal number of random cards from the deck. Take 30 seconds and relax and look at one another. Alternate asking and answering each question on the cards. The whole take 30 seconds, I think I'm probably going to do a Brittany and Dory, like taking 30 seconds to sit here and look at each other I mean, I understand that's the objective of the game.
She don't want to look at me for 30 seconds. 'Cause that sounds like
That is not. I just think that's just okay. Let's do it. And then turn the crickets on when you edit this video because it's going to be like, okay, we're just staring.
Well, maybe you could do 10 seconds. Sit facing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we could still do the second sitting.
Sit facing one another.
I really should read the description, but I think I did read the description. I really feel like it was just, it was really just saying that this is a moment to provide some vulnerability and something like that within your relationship. So let's see if we actually enjoy the game. So choose 12 random cards. I think we're not about to choose 12. I think we could split that up and we could choose 6. Continue back and forth through all 12 questions. Oh, so person 1 begins and asks a question, then person 2 answers. You are not supposed to be looking at the question. And she had already seen one of the questions.
But what's wrong with me seeing it? You have
because you got time to prepare. We both have to answer the question.
I don't know how to answer that.
Some questions, if it is too personal, we probably won't answer. It's a personal question.
No, it's just
okay.
I don't know. I guess it's a question I've never really thought about.
I think that's part of the thing. It made me think about it now.
I don't know that there's enough time on it.
Choose 12 random cards from the deck. We have chosen 12 random cards from the deck. We're going to take 30 seconds to relax and look at one another. Person 1 begins and asks the question. Person 2 answers, then asks the same question back. Continue back and forth through all 12 questions. Every question must be asked, but you do not have to answer the question. To earn the right to remain silent, you must look the person in the eyes for 10 seconds before saying pass.
That's so odd. It's like a stare contest.
Girl, what?
Okay.
You gonna go first? Good.
I'll go first.
Wait, no, I want to answer the question first.
You are.
Ask the question.
No, ma'am. Ready?
No.
Okay. Oh, we're supposed to look. Right?
You can't do it. I can do it. We're not supposed to talk. We gotta talk.
That's very 15,
but not silently.
Does it sound really make a
Yes.
difference? We're still maintaining eye contact.
You know, this is what students do. You're horrible.
Okay, come on.
All right, come on. Let's go.
Wow, we just coming out the gate swinging. Okay.
What's that question, girl?
What do I do that makes you reconsider being with me?
What?
See who created this game. This show about to have everybody, all the couples on opposite sides.
That makes me reconsider.
That's, I don't know, I feel like that's a...
Let me answer the question.
Oh, I wasn't trying to answer it. My bad.
So I don't think it's necessarily passing, but I don't really have anything that necessarily makes me reconsider being with you. We got married, and so we vowed to love each other through what is it? Through sickness and health, and to death do us part. And so I vow to do that, even when it gets hard, even when I'm frustrated. I don't think about leaving you. Now the other day, I was like, "Oh, we're here," but I didn't think about leaving you. I thought you were gonna leave me.
Should we give context about the other day?
After you answer the question, yes.
Okay, so
So, what do I do that makes you reconsider being with me?
I think that my answer would be the same. the reconsider being with you stage, I feel like we're past that. I don't know. I mean, I've never been married before, but when I think about
You're saying
previous
because I've been married before?
relationships, no.
Oh.
Wait a minute. it's okay, bro. I'm saying so I can't really speak on previous marriages sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
But in previous relationships, I can recall the moments where it was like, okay, let me rethink this whole being with you. And I feel like, you know what I mean? So, but I feel like we've passed that point, and so now, even when we do have disagreements, or like if we are or if we're in a hard conversation or something, I don't have the thoughts of, let me just reevaluate this relationship, let me reconsider being with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, ironically, it's the same thought, I guess, that you have, is, just wondering if this is a point for you where you're like, I don't know, and you want to leave. So, yeah.
I think I understand what you're saying, because I told you in that previous marriage, walking down the aisle, I knew. Y'all don't get married if you ain't ready.
Woo, woo.
And that's a whole nother video.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's just certain things that he did all the way up, and I just neglected to listen to those signs, and I entered a marriage that I knew was like doomed to fail.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to believe it. It was kind of like one of those situations where I'm doing it just to prove people wrong. Everyone says that,
Yeah.
But it was, but I don't have that in our relationship, and so yeah, like there's certain things that we can go off camera. I mean, we don't really have to go off camera, but I know we could be like, I don't know how long we want this video to go.
Oh yeah, it could
go on and on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I definitely can understand. But I think, just to give them context about what it was the other day, we just really got to a point. So y'all, I'm a person that, we both are people that want to travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was at a point where I was just ready to give it all up and just move out of the country. And I'm that person.
My baby be so ready to like
Yo, I was like,
throw it all away, and I was like,
she was
what?
like, I really like our house. I love my car. I was like, well, we can sell it. We can get another one. And I was really, really going hard with it.
You know what I think it was? I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think that, or it made me think about just one of the side effects from the pandemic. Like,
yeah, just wanting to go,
but then
be
I mean,
free.
you could still, like, we could still travel, right? And
which we are,
but it's like there is still, it's another level to traveling now, and we have kids, and we're around our parents, so it's like, just in knowing that we're traveling and potentially being amongst other people and being at risk for maybe getting sick, it does put an extra pressure on traveling, and then it makes us like maybe second guess traveling. And so I think it's just maybe that cabin fever, like
I think that's probably what I was experiencing.
It's just like, oh, I want to go somewhere, man, give it all up and let's go. So
yeah, and I think that's really what I was experiencing, and I really just, it wasn't that I did not appreciate like all of the things that we've been blessed with. Like, I really, really do. I just was also like, as much as I love this stuff, I also feel like I'm in a space where I need something new. I need something, and I was at a point where I'm like, I'm not gonna let materialistic stuff keep me here. And so I was like, forget it. But it was more than after careful consideration. But I just did realize. I mean, I realized that we can travel as much as we want, and I can still be able to get that freedom. And they always talks about creating our own oasis, in our own
Definitely.
home, and so like we shouldn't be trying to escape our home,
Yeah.
because like even going somewhere else, you're still kind of like stuck with those feelings and emotions. You may get tired of the right now when you get there, and then what? And so yeah, we can go on and on about that, but we'll go to the next question.
Okay.
I'll read this one first.
Mm.
What's the biggest sacrifice you've made that I haven't acknowledged? The biggest sacrifice
That you have not acknowledged? I don't know if I have one that you have not acknowledged. I think, yeah, I don't think there's one that you have not acknowledged. I think for me, it's it's like kid centered. But that's something that we talk about all the time.
What kid center you having, baby?
Well, I don't necessarily know if I can put that on like a sacrifice solely that I made for this relationship. You know what I mean? Like, because I was a part of that sacrifice. But I think more so when I say kid centered, just the whole co-parenting is not always
Easy.
Yeah, and it's not always desired.
That part.
It's that part. But I think like that
We
again
both.
is something we talk about, and it's just But I don't think I have one that you haven't acknowledged, or that I would say put on. I gave this up for the relationship.
Right.
Like I don't have anything like that. What's the biggest sacrifice you've made that I haven't acknowledged?
So I know, like, it probably seems like we're just like, oh, I feel the same way. And it's really not even.
Sorry, y'all.
I know it's really not even a thing where we're not even not
Answering
being
it,
open.
yeah,
not being
honest.
honest. Like, it really is like, I don't know that there's a sacrifice that we're pretty open in communication. It took us a minute, but we got there.
Yeah.
And I think that everything that we both have sacrificed,
Yeah, it's been discussed.
it's been discussed and it's been acknowledged. But I think that sometimes, like you say, like, I don't know if it's that, even though that we've acknowledged certain things in some situations, we've acknowledged it, but in some situations, I don't know that it is considered.
In that moment.
Yes.
Okay.
So, saying that to say, you said that, like, with the co-parenting thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And certain things that may frustrate you.
Mm-hmm.
If there's frustration coming up for you, all I may see is that frustration. Not really thinking about, right now, she may be frustrated in the situation because she really would prefer not, and would never have been in a situation where she had to co-parent with anyone.
You're talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I may not be considering that at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying vice versa. If there's a sacrifice that I may have made, you may not be considering that sacrifice in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
if I'm frustrated or upset or mad about something, and the root of that issue is maybe rooted in feeling like I don't really get to choose me sometimes. That has nothing to do with you sometimes, but sometimes it does feel like.
Are you talking about like well, are you talking about what you just said, like feeling like or not really feeling like you can just like up and decide to do something in the moment sort of thing?
Well, like sometimes like you know how you're really big on like family, watching movies and things like that, and I sacrifice
time that
I would rather be working on something else. And maybe my frustration may come off, but it's all still rooted in so much of my life I didn't.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I get what you're saying. So in the moment, I'm not considering the sacrifice that you've made that had nothing to do with me, but I guess the sacrifice that you
it may have something to do with
made.
you sometimes, because I feel pressure that you want to spend time with family. You don't necessarily say that.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I was saying
the root of it.
The root.
Yes. Okay.
She said no. It got to do with you sometimes. I was saying not realizing that the root doesn't have anything to do with me because I wasn't involved in the previous sacrifices.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so now that you're here and now that I am present, I guess the expectations that I might have in that scenario, as opposed to you just having my expectations in this situation, it's like you got the previous plus my expectations, and that makes it even more frustrating. And you know, in that moment, I'm just looking at it like it's us. You know what I mean? Exactly. And not thinking about like what you carry. So yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get through all 12 of these cards.
She said she ain't had nothing, and then she went on the whole little.
I didn't have anything though.
Okay. Okay. Why do you think I can provide for you?
Why do I think?
It says, why do you think? It feels like it should say what?
Grammatically?
But maybe we need to like look at this question from a different perspective. I don't know. It's like, why do you think I can provide for you?
Okay, let me think about the
like
why.
That.
Let me think about the why and not the what, because in my head, I'm
like
automatically like, what do you think you can provide for me? So why do I think that you can provide for me? Okay, I can answer the why. I think that you can provide for me because you do everything to try to make me happy. And so I think that the way you move is like, and the things that you do, if you may get a hunch about something or may see me subconsciously or consciously needing something, you do your best to try to pick up on that and provide whatever it is that I need in that moment. And so the why is rooted in the way that you love me and want to see me happy.
That was a good answer.
Can't spell it. So, why do you think I can provide for you?
That why is tripping me up. I think that you can provide for me because okay. Whew. Take two, y'all.
Yeah.
The battery died, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, so I was saying, why do I think?
You said as a result of the shedding.
Yes, as a result of the shedding, your capacity to provide that that emotional presence, to provide that mental presence, basically to decide to be present in the relationship. I get that previously your experience wasn't necessarily a happy one fully, and so that could put you in a space where you're like, I'm not doing that again. And I think as a result of just like your willingness to do it again, or at least, you know, see what would happen if you decided to do it again, because you've made the decision, you are giving your all for the relationship. And so I think that that's why I would say you would. I feel like you're all in, and you decided to go all in despite previous trauma. Yeah. Good job, babe.
Or do I ask you
wait.
the question? No, I asked you the question.
Yeah, because I went first last time.
We may have to pick another one. This is blank.
Oh, what's that for? Oh, maybe you write your own in.
It is.
Oh. Oh, okay.
There we go.
What? I wonder if that's the one that I was like, what? We're gonna see. What? Maybe it is that one. Read it out loud. What does it say? Who came up with these questions?
Girl, this question says, why would you ever choose porn over me?
Oh, that's not the word. What? Okay, wait, go ahead.
Why would you ever choose porn over me? Why or why not? Why wouldn't I choose? Okay.
What?
So first off, it doesn't say why.
Okay.
It says, would you ever choose porn over me? Why or why not? I'm going to pass on this question because I think that this is not a question to be answered here. First off, I'm not ever choosing porn over you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think we could answer the question.
But it's like, why wouldn't I?
Wait, what?
So why or why not?
Yeah.
Would you ever? And if I would,
if you would,
this
why
is
would
why.
you? If
And
you
if I
would
wouldn't.
not, this is why.
So I can give a very generic and
a
base
PG
answer on
safe
why.
answer.
Yes, so let me try to give
what
it
it is.
because that's my first off. Okay, nothing. You got to answer the question though.
Yeah. So obviously, I would not, and the reason for that would be, I can't. I've never been the person that was more excited by just looking at the screen. You know, I like real life experience.
Yeah.
So,
And on that note, same here. Like I've never been a big porn watcher. To those that do it,
I mean, you know, do
to each
you?
his own. But I need the real deal.
Yeah, you know, in the flesh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So.
Oh, it's my go.
Is that the one?
I think so. Where do you think I might fail you?
Girl, these questions, baby.
They try and put it to the test, honey. Listen, I just want to say to all couples, before you buy this game and decide you gonna play,
Make sure y'all stuff solid.
But then also, you should watch other couples' videos to see like,
is that something that
you even want to embark
into?
on and open that door, because it's like it could be like Pandora's box.
It could be.
You open it up and a whole bunch of stuff come out.
Yeah, I mean,
which may not necessarily be a bad thing.
it may not be,
You know.
but that's just, you realize that's not a video you need to be uploading.
Yeah,
Don't do that. All right, so where do I think that you might fail me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that you may fail me. It goes back to that last question, not the porn one, but the one
The
before
other
that,
one,
where it says, "Why do
the
I think you
reconsider,
can
maybe
provide?"
Oh,
Why? Yeah. The
okay.
why. It goes back to that, and I say that because I don't think that you will fail me because you intentionally make sure that you are being intentional about how you handle me, I guess.
Mm.
Handle is only what I can think of right now, but to fail me is to no longer love me.
Mm.
And I don't think that, I think everyone is capable of no longer loving their spouse. You're capable of it, right?
Right.
But I know how you make such an intentional effort, even when we are arguing, to sit with me even when I do not want you to.
Yeah, I had an emphasis at even when.
Y'all, sometimes I'm in a space where I don't even want to be bothered. I don't want to look, but she's gotten to the point where sometimes she will respect that. But if it's a real, if it's something that, like, nah, we need to hash that out.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't think that you will fail me. But again, to fail me is to abuse me, or that is to like to take me through what I've gone through, like,
Yeah.
to be that.
To like know the past trauma and then to inflict the same trauma.
The same trauma. I could not look at you, could not deal with you.
Yeah.
And that's where you will fail me.
Yeah. Ooh, that made me think of something. Well, wait. Let me answer this question first. Yeah, go ahead.
Where do you think I might fail you?
I don't think that you would fail me. I think that also to fail me would be to duplicate what you know I've expressed were triggering moments for me, or just even situations where I felt like I wasn't heard or I wasn't valued, and so to then duplicate that behavior. But this question makes me think about how we talk about moments where we are triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And in those moments, essentially, we feel like the other person is duplicating something that we have experienced before, and so automatically in that moment it feels like deja vu. It feels like you just did what this person did,
and you know that trauma.
know that trauma from me, and you know X,
Mm-hmm.
Y, and Z, and so, and then that goes on its own spiral. And so the question just makes me really think about, I guess, how important it is to discuss the previous traumas with your partner, and then also discuss what those traumas did for you, how it made you feel.
But I also think that it is space for, even though you've had certain trauma and you expect for people to consider the trauma that you've gone through, I think it is equally as important for you to recognize the trauma that you've gone through and not to use that as an excuse to not grow.
Yes.
And so
You just came right in there with it. Like, let me just.
yeah, because if I was still sitting in that trauma, you know, I still get triggered in certain ways, right? But if I hadn't grown from the hurt and the trauma that I had experienced from my previous relationship, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Because I would still be forcing her to make me feel better for something that she didn't do. I would be making her pay for a crime she didn't commit, right?
Yeah, like you gotta
do the work. And that person, as long as you're doing the work, I think that person should be there for you. If that's your person.
Yeah, but even in recognizing, like, you could do the work, you could still have moments where it's
That's
like,
why I said I still have. We both still have triggering moments.
Yeah, it's just important to, I think what we've done, or what we try to make sure we continue to do, is just make it known that I am triggered in this moment. Because with that phrase, I think there is a certain level of automatic understanding and openness that the other person will give you to hearing.
Mm-hmm. Because especially if we're like, so this is triggering me.
Mm-hmm.
Because
X, Y, and Z, and explaining it,
and we
like,
try our best to practice that as much as
Okay.
possible. Sometimes we don't, but we do try. If you had to call me by another name, what would it be and why?
What? I don't know. Another name? Well, I say Bae.
Another name, though. Oh, I guess other than some J.
Yeah, cause I guess that would be the other name. I don't really call you by your name.
No, you don't.
Spay, Boo, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. If you had to call me by another name, what would it be and why?
My boo thing. I think it's the same, Faye. But I also call you. I don't call you that, but if I'm like referring to you, I say Shani. My Shani Poo. I put Poo at the end
Of everybody?
Yeah, Nia Poo, K Poo.
Yeah.
I don't call Jaden Poo.
Nah.
No, I don't call
Maybe it's
boys
the
Poo.
girls.
I think it's a girl thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, why not? You had Winnie the Pooh. Winnie got Pooh behind. Winnie is a boy, right?
Winnie is a boy.
Or is it a boy?
It could be trans.
Maybe.
Never know.
Yeah, there was actually nothing that identified any particular.
Yeah, I really don't know. We just maybe the way he talked. He did talk like a guy.
Maybe.
He had a deep voice. It was that Tigger. Had a deep voice. No, Winnie.
She just hit the button.
I was trying to like. Sorry, y'all.
Technical difficulties.
Today. So, but we are going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Mhm.
Wifey doesn't know if we're gonna actually play this game again.
Oh yeah, just because I don't know. Like I do want to see what the
other
cards
cards
say. Yeah.
But maybe we'll play it off camera. If we decide to do a part 2, we'll do a part 2 for next week.
Yeah.
If not,
You know what? I'm sorry. These cards or this game seems like a really good way to help couples just have really deep conversations with each other, just randomly. You know how sometimes
you may not know how
to have certain conversations, and then also like certain conversations only come up depending on something that happened or a moment.
I agree.
And so these
I feel
cards
like
seem
this
like
is what
really
that
good
offers.
way.
I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. That I think that exactly what you're saying.
They offer the moment or the space to
talk about some things that you don't have to wait to talk about
when you're
When
upset
you're
or
upset
like
about
having
something.
yeah, because then it's just hard to have
Yeah.
a conversations or difficult conversations or talk about things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
So.
But maybe not bring this to a couple's night.
Yeah. Don't bring this to couples night. Keep this inside your home.
Yeah, on
And,
just you and your boo one-on-one.
mhm.
Just
And I was saying, like, I think it's like we don't really. These cards can bring up topics and conversations that you may not want to have in front of other people.
yeah.
And like we are, or at least we are a couple that typically keeps our heated discussions between us.
Mhm.
We don't really share that information with
Yeah.
with other people, just because, like Babe always says, they may not be able to like rebound.
Yeah.
And I think that even with that, even if they're not able to rebound, I just think that letting other people in, because you may be coming with emotions that you're just having those emotions for that moment, and you may be so frustrated with them,
Mhm.
and you're like, oh, she get on my freaking nerves, and oh, like you just may be, you know how folks could talk about, you can talk about your mama, but can't nobody else talk about your mama. I feel the same way.
Oh
with-
yeah. It's like you don't do that.
Don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah. So that's kind of like where we are. We kind of keep our conversations, within the
Yeah.
young household.
Yeah.
And that's not that we're not being authentic in front of people. We just choose not to share.
Yeah, like that. That's
That
intimate
intimacy,
space,
yeah.
and so it's like this is for us to have, to go through, to dredge it out, to figure it out,
And then share how we got through it.
yes,
that
that
part.
part that could be helpful for other
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that we don't have anything that's been so difficult to where it's like you need to open it up. 'Cause I guess some situations
you
may be
may
like that.
need to.
You
Yeah.
may need to open it up to someone else to just kind of help ground it and bring it back.
And that's understandable.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
haven't had those moments, and so hopefully we don't.
Yeah.
I think communication is the key to that. I had to learn how to do it. So, but needless to say, again, we are 11 out of bounds.
Thank
we
you
want to
for
thank
watching.
you for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like,
Yes.
subscribe,
Mhm.
and don't forget to comment below if you have any questions. And so yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
And let us know. And again, any other videos that you might want us to
Yeah,
do.
because y'all not dropping no topics, so drop a topic.
I do have to do that investor video. That is coming.
She did, yeah.
That is coming
So.
for those who ask. She's gonna do a yoga video.
I'm not. You can go to my page.
I said that on purpose because I knew she was gonna say that.
No, you can go and also subscribe to Songe de la Free Songe, and it's Inner Peace Yoga and Wellness. You can go and subscribe if you're needing a moment to relax and just to recenter
And Wusa.
and to recalibrate. To stop. I'm going to give you right now. I'm working on the foundations of yoga, but we can talk about that over there on that channel. And we'll leave this here for this channel, and we'll see y'all next week for the next video.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Written in the stars, you